G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am looking at doing some, I guess you could call it some fun mods that I've got. A couple of gauges that I want to do, and so I've got a boost gauge which is from GFB that I'm going to install, and as you can see from this mess, I've already started. But I wasn't going to video it because I've done it before, but since it is going to be on a new platform, I thought I'd do it anyway. So there's two gauges. There is a AFR gauge, boost gauge, which is the GFB, and then I want to wire in the sub harness to run the sub and the amp at the back there. So I thought I'd knock it all three at once, and as you can see, I've got all this wiring that comes with it. So I just thought I'd document this to show some of the A4 boys and girls. So what I've done is, for power and feeding through the engine bay, I've fed it through. So power is going to come from the battery down the firewall into the box, ECU box, and then I've lifted the ECU and I've snaked in my Mr. Coat hanger over here that I've had for almost 10 years underneath the ECU that comes out of the bottom there, so just on that corner. So you know, the coat hanger just goes through, there's no issues there. You do need to drop this interior trim there. It's really easy, really easy, easier than the Golf. It's literally 3 6mm bolts. There's no Torx, it's just regular bolt, and it's 1, 2, well actually there's 4, 3, and then there's 4 over there. So that is how I'm going to do the wiring into the engine bay. So I thought I'd show you that how that works. And then for the gauges, it's going to mount on the pillar, not the pillar, but the window, the mister at the front. So it's going to go roughly like that, and it's going to have, hopefully the wires fit through, otherwise I'm going to have to hack the wires, which I really don't want to do. And then into the vent onto the side where the fuse panel is. I'm right hand drive, so everything's on this side, ECU, all the rest of it. So but yeah, that's what's happening so far. I'm going to tackle the gauges first and then the amp next. Alright guys, so I didn't want to, but I had to. What do I mean by that? I had to hack the wires. So I hacked this wire here to, this is going to feed information from the O2 sensor, get power to the O2 sensor, and then feed it back to the dial. The other wire is power, just literally power, and you know, plus and minus voltage if you want to hook it up to your ECU. So like I said, I didn't want to, but I just had to. It wouldn't fit through the hole, so that's nice and easy. And I, you know, crimped it all up and taped it up as neat as I could, and that's wiring for you. So I can, you know, I like doing basic wiring, but none of the hardcore stuff, thank you. So next thing is I'll try and hook up power. I think that one is good for ignition power, and then I can ground it off somewhere. Where can I ground it off? Probably ground it off to one of these metal bits here, I reckon, or here. That'll be nice to ground off. So let's do that. And the other piece of the puzzle is this. My god, I should have gotten a 8 gauge. What was I thinking? Anyway, onwards and upwards. Alright guys, so I'm just going to do the boost gauge first. I fed the boost line, followed the fuel line, teed it off to the manifold line, which connects up to the DV valve. That's perfect. Don't connect it up to the fuel pressure regulator, because that controls the rising fuel pressure as you hit boost, so you don't want to have a leak there. Skip that, go straight to the DV, and the engine bay is done. Right, the other part that's done is the interior. Now I've finished joining the wires. I've fed the wires through the gauges, boost line, power, connected both powers together. I've connected up to the fuse connector there, that is ignition, and then the ground I just grounded to metal bit. So turn it on, works, happy days. So I'm going to reassemble all this now. 4 bolts, should be good as gold. Probably should do, I was going to do the amp, but I think I'm just going to leave that power there for now and do the amp another day. It's a 31 °C day. I don't want to be outside any more than I have to. Alright, so that's it, guys. For now anyway. Put that down. So I've got my clusters in, getting ready to upgrade the car. So now I know I'll have to hook up the O2 sensor, but the wiring's done all the way to the engine bay. The wiring's done all the way to the engine bay. I just need to connect up the O2 sensor to the plug. Oops, never mind my K-pop songs, but straight to I wired it up to the engine bay. So there's a plug, Bosch plug, O2 sensor to the Bosch plug. We'll get this going, and power is going to it. The readout is not going to be, oops, not going to be correct there. Let me just do the final touches. This is all exciting here. So there you go. Now AFR is eBay spec, boost gauge is GFB, and yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to have it. So this is going to be my project slash daily. I'll take a photo. Rubbish bag that I'd put there just in case. Alright, but that's it, guys. What else did I do that I haven't covered? So the wiring, feeding power through, wiring through to the firewall, that's all good. Drilling a hole. So I got a drill, just angled it down like that, drilled past the AC box straight through. I had to drill about three or so holes to get the plugs in, but I got it through. And you just feed a coat hanger onto up there, and that's done. So the other thing you could, some more information you could use, I use wiring crimp tools, scissors to cut stuff. All you need is basic 8mm, 10mm bolt, and that's pretty much it. You don't really need this, although I use that for the interior trim. I needed this to drill the hole, screw the grommets, and also through to the air vent as well. So hand drill will come in handy. You can poke holes through the grommets, but you're going to need a way to get through the plastic. So if you have a Dremel, that might work too, but I find good old trusty drill of any sort works well. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Quick one today. Appreciate everyone for watching. Anyone that's doing this mod, is doable through the firewall. And I've got that power. I'm not really happy with how thick this wire is for the amplifier. If I can hide it well enough in here, I don't know how it's going to sit in there. If I can hide it well enough, I'll hide it as much as I can. If not, I'll just change it for a 8 gauge thinner wire. This is overkill. Anyway, that took about 3 hours to do, so from start to finish. I've done a few of these already, but if you're mucking around, maybe allow 4. Otherwise, I think that's it. Appreciate everyone watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.